On a completely different tangent, I decided to try to make an application for iOS and Android. And honestly, this was a very personal pain point I was trying to identify. And I don't know if it's gonna work. I probably don't think it will, but I'd like to just try. Took me like around a day or two, well, actually even more, to build this up because I was building it from ground up. But AI was really helpful in this. So the thing I'm using in this application is Cursor, and boy, oh boy, their theme selections are very nice. Unfortunately, they're also extremely horrendous when it comes to color coding, well, code. So it was really hard to like, it was really ugly to look at. Like, what is this? Um, okay, this is fine. But what I really liked was Tomorrow Night Blue, and oh my god, this looks horrendous to look at. Like, it's just eye cancer at this point. So what I decided to do was, I mean, going back to the uh, original issue, I wanted to design an application for adding up groceries when you're out in the shop. But the issue is that, oftentimes I quite think that, oh, I wish I knew what the calculations were for all of these items in my cart right now, instead of having to go through the queue to find out. And it would be hella awkward if I just said, oh, you know, I don't want to keep this. I don't want this. Please put it back. I'm too socially awkward to let the cashier know. What I did was I built an application that essentially takes a picture of your price tag and calculates it in a grocery list. And you can do this throughout it. And the idea was obviously to do it on the device itself. But for the first iteration, um, I was testing out with Gemini. I was exploring with Gemini APIs. The issue with that, however, is that you would require internet to use it as an application, which is not ideal because it's just a grocery calculating app. Another thing is that, see, the thing is, I don't know how to code an application. This is my first time even trying to do it. And honestly, with AI, I was easily able to get all of this, at least the first iteration out within a day. I was able to push this application to iOS as quick as possible within 24 hours. And I got a response from Apple saying, "Oh, do these iterations, and then we'll consider pushing your app to the App Store." And I was like, "Whoa, crazy!" That first iteration did have Gemini, and later on, the thing is, I used Rourke. Actually, the first thing that I did was make this application on Rourke. The issue with Rourke is that once you get your final stage, your first iteration out for the application in Rourke, it just becomes really hard to iterate higher versions of it. Or if you want to upgrade it to include React Native packages that just doesn't come with Expo Go. That's a big issue. And honestly, you can see the chat that I made with work. It's really good for a first try, but in the long run, I had to decide that, oh, I'm not going to be able to keep on working with work because I won't be able to implement the functionality. I have to have mobile ads on my phone so that when you guys are using it and your lives are going to be immensely better for using it, I, I need to earn money for that. But for that to happen, I need to actually implement mobile ads, which brings me to the next chapter of my life, using Cursor. Now, Cursor is way harder to use. In fact, I would say it's not hard. It's just a step up from actually using Work, which uses its own native, which has its own native website and everything, and doesn't allow you to explore a lot of packages, especially the ones that need to be directly integrated into your app. The thing with Cursor is that I love how you can just plan out what you want to do right here. You just talk to AI, you ask it questions, you can be as stupid as you like without judgment, and it will answer you and it will do things for you. If you don't really know an answer really well, you can just use ChatGPT to understand what's going on and then implement that issue back into Cursor who will fix the issues for you. And if you really, really need to debug, you can even ask a Cursor to like explain where the issue originates from, where you need to make edits, what you have to do to make changes. I love that. Now, so the idea is I'm supposed to be using Expo and Expo authentication service to like push my application to App Store and Play Store. I don't really know how to get it done for Play Store as of yet right now, but I am doing it for the App Store. I have actually achieved it, but then um, with the changes I was going from Roar to Cursor, the bundle ID for the new app in Cursor was different, which is why shit got mixed. So essentially, I'm back to square zero, and I have to start all over again to try to maybe and I removed the application from the App Store just so that I remain consistent with the future iterations I'm doing, because I genuinely think Curse is a really good software to develop with, especially when you want to go really advanced and you need to take a step back to learn what you're missing out so you can get back into it. So essentially, the app just looks like this. You click on the scan price tag, and then you just take a picture of your price tag, and it would just work. It would add up to your shopping cart. You can. I'm still working on the UI, and I'm also working on another page that would, should you have any feedback, and also to include like a backend to this so that people can get premium versions for a good price. Wait, should I have screen recorded this? Probably. Let me try again. I'll explain it again. Three, two. So this is essentially what the app looks like. I'm just trying to you essentially click on the button that scans the price tag for you. Right now I don't have any near me, but essentially you aim the camera at the price tag. It'll take a screenshot, and then it'll use MLKit for the OCR, the optical camera resolution thingamajig. Let me optical character recognition. I knew that. Yeah, so essentially, I would record the price and the item name and then the price tag based on the currency, and it would essentially also include the tax, which is also something as a future feature I'm working on. And yeah, that's pretty much the application that I was working on. I think it's a really good app. I would definitely use this while grocery shopping if I had to, because I feel like it's that sort of thing that would definitely allow people to calculate budget beforehand.